so interesting you say that, because I was just talking to someone about Gen Z in the workplace, and everyone's like, oh, Gen Z. Okay, and I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like, oh, God, this new generation, they want boundaries. They want work-life balance. That's wild. And then I was like, wait a minute. They actually want all the things I want, but I have been forced to believe I don't get to have because I have to care so much about working hard and hustle culture. And so even more having more Gen Z in the workplace, I think like a lot of every single Gen Z person I think I've possibly ever met has been pro pay transparency. And I'm like, this is amazing. We need more people that are pro all the things that make work better in the workplace. Have you interviewed a lot of Gen Z people who have talked about how that part of their generation and like their generation's identity is that they want more transparency?
You know, I haven't talked to any Gen Z that has said that specifically, but I think that the point of that is that it doesn't need to be said. Gen Z doesn't feel like they need to even validate why pay transparency is important. It's just point blank period important. It makes sense. They are not going to apply to a job where they don't know what the pay is. Why would you go look at a car that you want to buy without knowing what the price is? Why would you waste your time? And time right now is so important. We are all moving 1,000,000 miles a minute. None of us have enough PTO to constantly be going out on these job interviews, you know, and wasting our time without knowing that it's worth it. In this economy, no, none of us have that time. And I think that Gen Z is really kind of the victim of all of these bad policies, you know, coming into one. They are graduating with so much debt, making less than their parents, can't buy a house, will never be able to buy a house in their lifetime, will probably tap out at like 100K in their earning potential over a 50-year period, the way that it's moving now, which is not even enough to live or pay rent. So to them, they're like, why do I have to validate that this system that helps people earn more and helps you earn more is important? They don't even feel the need to have to explain that. It's just expected. When I talk to millennials, that's when I hear people say, my colleague found out that they were making less, you know, after seeing, you know, all the stories, you name it, I've heard it. And it's always millennials who are like, this system sucks. We need to change it. And it's Gen X and boomers that I usually have to explain why transparency matters. They're the ones that are like, and what are you doing this for? What is this school project? And I'm like, no, it's not a school project. Do you know how many times people have told me that they thought I was a college student and they were like, oh, I thought I was just doing you a favor. I'm like, hey, I got the interview. Like, I'll take it.
You're like, I'm the CEO of this very successful company.
But like Gen Z is so cool. Like I feel bad for them. I'm kind of Gen Z. I call myself a geriatric Gen Z because I'm 27. So I'm like, I'm a 96 baby. I'm like, I thought I was millennial my whole life. And then they were like, no, you're Gen Z. So I'm right in the middle. But it's cool because I feel like I gained both experiences. You know, I saw the millennial side and I'm also part of this Gen Z side. And I love leaning into Gen Z because honestly, they make me confident. They make me feel empowered because the way that they just stand up for themselves and they don't feel the need to justify it. They just know that they deserve better and they stand by that, I think is so remarkable. And something like you mentioned, millennials especially have been told, you know, no, you don't deserve that. Stop whining, stop being a baby, suck it up. Like that's what they've heard their whole lives. And so I just think that Gen Z is like, we're passing the torch to a really powerful generation. I'm so excited to see what they do next.
Yeah, there's going to be, I'm just excited for them to be like the majority or a bigger majority in the workplace because I think I want all the things they want. And so to me, I'm just like, great, now I can actually deliver the things that these people want. And if I can't deliver it, I'll tell them why and they'll still respect me because that's all they want to know. They also want to know why I can't do the thing that they're asking for.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty excited about it.